makes sense because my friends are like asking me what's going on.
Wow.
Okay.
We have done 5 minutes of absolutely nothing. Welcome to the
Nice.
Monday Night Comedy
Amazing.
Show. Oh my God, we're gonna fix that in post. We're gonna fix it in post.
Awesome.
That's why we need a J Money the motherfucking Hawk cacaw
Yeah.
to
Cacaw.
just
Oh
say,
my gosh,
hey
that's
Andy,
so funny.
Andy, you're a moron. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I will say, I don't know, lots of things. Anyhow,
That's awesome.
we're not doing book club because I misplaced the book, and we've already killed Whitey the bear. It is our 602nd show. Welcome. Glad you could join us. All right. Ooh, boy, it's gonna be one of those nights, huh? All right. Nancy is our first comic. Nancy Magistad. Nancy, hi, welcome back to the Monday.
Hi.
You've been to the
Hello.
Monday Night Comedy Show before when we were at Club Underground.
Yes.
But that was years and years ago, back
Years
before a
and years.
global pandemic. Now
Yeah.
we're online, virtually. I'm gonna pretend to touch your face. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's everybody clap for your first performer of the 602nd Monday Night Comedy Show, Nancy Magistad! Yay!
Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us online. It's not in person, but it's the next best thing, right? So yeah, this will be interesting. And for my first joke, I love props like to a fault. So I actually have to be all awkward and do this, which is so stupid because it's just a prop and it was like $1. Anyway, here's the thing. So thanks to the pandemic, I've been reading a lot more, and so that means I've gotten more interested in history, which made me wonder, like, what is the deal with the brick wall behind all the comedians all the time, right? I mean, I figure like back in BC days, I mean, it's probably stone. Like in the 70s, it was probably wallpaper. But then, like since the 80s, it's been only a brick wall. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, after Inauguration Day, because I can't think of anything before then, I'm going to start a petition for shiplap. Because doesn't this look lovely? Right? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, you can see it's just a poster board from Michael's. But anyway, I hope that was worth it for my prop. How stupid was that? Anywho, here's the thing. Yeah, so I turned 50 a few months ago. Let's hear it for COVID birthdays, milestones. Yeah.
Yay.
And I had to sign up for AARP because I guess it's a thing to do. But I was like, well, hell, at least I'll start to be carded again, which is a good thing, because either they won't give me the old person's discount because they'll think I'm too young, or they'll give me the discount, right? And what's wrong with that? And also, yeah, AARP sent me a buy one get one coupon, so I'm trying to think of what I'd like as a newly old person. So I'm either thinking of like one of those recliners that dumps you out like a bulldozer, or I was thinking about like one of those freaky chairs that takes you up the stairs sideways, or I was thinking about like a mold for dentures for future use. Now, granted, these are mine. But how great would it be to be like, oh my gosh, just like Oreos with abandon and like corn nuts and steak and caramels, right? And by the time I need dentures, if and when that happens, I could probably get a 3D printed gallbladder anyway. So anyway, yeah. Well, and it was also mandatory to sign up to be a wheel watcher. So I'm also on Wheel of Fortune as a wheel watcher. So I have to watch that every weeknight. Yeah, so guys, if you'll indulge me, I've kind of been bored this year, as you can imagine. So I started writing a new book and I need some feedback. Okay, so here's the first paragraph. Let me know. Be honest, it's okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be dramatic, so I'm gonna move my monitor. It was late 2019, and Nancy had just gotten her first iPhone X a couple months earlier. She wanted to get the cheaper iPhone, but when she saw the X in the name, she knew it was a sign that she had to buy the one since she's a Gen Xer. But she's also an old Gen Xer, and she always forgets the name of her generation. A few months into using her new iPhone X, though, the phone's Face ID recognition stopped working. Was it the new glasses Nancy had purchased from Zenny because she's frugal and doesn't want to pay for the ones in the store? Or was it because the Face ID didn't recognize her because she had a double chin because she was laying on the couch? Or was it because she had a face mask on? Anyway, that's the first paragraph of my new book, and like I'm still working out the details, like the plot. So let me know what you think. Speaking of technology, I recently took a break from Facebook because, come on, oh my God, I am on there way too much. But I got the itch to work on something. So I'm like, fine, I'll start trolling LinkedIn. Okay, fine. So what do? I start looking up high schoolers that I graduated with. Big mistake. I looked up Rachel. Everybody remembers Rachel. What a biatch! Yeah, you know what Rachel's doing now? And keep in mind, I always heard I could take solace in knowing that the snobs from high school wouldn't amount to much. But you know what Rachel's doing now? Yeah, she's the freaking VP of a major international hotel chain. I'm like, she works in hospitality? Anyway, when I got sick of looking up old high schoolers, I thought, fine. I saw another feature on LinkedIn that I started trolling. Yeah, basically you can write reviews on your former employers. And I was like, oh my God, where do I start? So, I'll tell you what. Let's see, here's an idea. If you like being the butt of every work joke, then insurance is the place for you. Oh, wait, what else? Have you seen Horrible Bosses? No, I don't mean the movie. I mean the guy I reported to 10 years ago, who may have been the inspiration for the movie. I'm kidding. I didn't do that. I'm kidding. I totally did that. I just signed my reviews anonymous. We're never gonna know. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry. It might be too soon, but I gotta tell you some COVID stuff. First, can I get some applause for the healthcare professionals out there? I mean, I'm serious. This is not the joke. We wouldn't be here without them. So thank you very much, healthcare professionals. Although we also have to credit the healthcare amateurs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a chiropractor out there who's setting subluxations without a license. Okay, buy him a coffee too. Okay. I know there's also a plastic surgeon out there with 12 pending malpractice lawsuits who's still practicing. So don't forget to buy him a coffee as well. All right. So speaking of plastic surgeons, though, is this a missed opportunity? Maybe it's me. Why don't the people from Rebath and the plastic surgeons get together? Because can you imagine the money they would save on advertising? Yeah. Okay, so for all of us working from home, like myself, has anybody checked on the ergonomics person from our companies? Because they are freaking out, I guarantee it. Take, for example, my company, okay? Like when we all started working from home, March 16th, we had to submit a description of our work from home station and a photo of our workstation, just, just to prove we were ready to work from home for a couple weeks. Hello. Yeah, 9 months later, I'm working from my couch in yoga pants. That's not the joke because I know we're all doing that. But I do remember the good old days when Zoom first started and Microsoft Teams. Yeah, I'd slap on some lip gloss, maybe some jewelry. Yeah, now I grab my back brace and my lumbar support pillow. So speaking of COVID, party's over. Okay, I learned to love Cheetos. I know I'm late to the party. It's fine. I don't know where I've been all these 50 years. It's fine. But man, I indulged like there was no tomorrow for 270 tomorrows. So it's time. It's time. Which gave me an idea. Yeah, along the lines with my shiplap idea. Yeah, I'm also going to reach out to the Peloton people because I have an idea. It's just between you and me. Yeah, I'm going to suggest that they create a stair stepper that mimics being in a New York City subway. Because can you imagine how fast you'd be going? Yeah, buddy, get off my back. I'm walking here. Yeah, that's me doing Brooklyn. I do love New York, but I don't. And I pretend I do accents, but I don't know if I do accents. Anyway, show of hands, who's all been binging shows? Yeah, that's all of us.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear Netflix is working on a sequel already to The Queen's Gambit? Oh my god. Yeah, the sequel is about checkers and it's called The Queen's Gambit for Dummies. I'm just kidding. It's about Monopoly, and it's actually a Monopoly board of Trump properties, and it's called The Queen's. Damn it! How did he only play $750? I'm just kidding. It's actually about strip poker, and it's called The Queen's. I beg your pardon. If I don't hear the laughter from here, you guys, I was so excited about that joke. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell it to somebody who cares. Yeah, COVID also prompted me to purchase the Marie Kondo book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, the Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing, because frankly, it's time to minimize. Well, I should say I bought 5 copies because I thought, well, I want one in every room, so I might have a reminder to simplify. Thank you very much. That was an easy one. Finally, I gotta tell you guys, I was an election defender on November 3rd. Okay, I'm outside Lakeshore Legends Brewery, downtown Minneapolis, trying to fight crime. Right, doing my best. Well, I could tell the election. Shut up. I could tell the election poll workers were there to also like fight the crime and fight the oppression. Right. So anyway, here's the awkward part. I'm sitting there as an election defender. Yeah, the election poll workers were sitting there for the same reason. I'm like, I gotta break the tension. This is awkward. So I went up to the election poll worker. I'm like, hey, I'm Nancy. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm an election defender. Yeah, I was like, hey, we're on the same side. The election poll worker's like, I'm not on a side, ma'am. I'm a neutral party, like Switzerland. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a neutral party too. Well, except for just for these 4 hours, wink, wink. But she's like, no, we're not on the same side. I don't support any party. I'm like, whatever, just chill. So I'm like sitting there, right? And if you guys remember, it was a beautiful day, and I had to stand outside 100 feet away from the polling place. So I'm like, fine, I have to break the tension again. It's just getting awkward again. So I went up to the same poll worker. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. We're right across from the brewery. What I wouldn't do, I would kill for a beer, okay? Sure as shit, all of a sudden, 2 guys come swooping down from like a rooftop because they hear me say kill for a beer, right? I'm like, sorry, my bad, okay? Oh my God. And all of a sudden I see them holding rifles and I'm like, hey, we got some Trump militia here. I need some help. But how embarrassing. All of a sudden I see on their shirt, it says SWAT. I'm like, oh shit, they're like the SWAT team. So I'm like, my bad. I thought you guys were Trump supporters. And he's like, ma'am, we don't support any candidate. I'm like, hey, I don't either. Anyway, that's my time. It was really fun performing, even if it was virtually, and I can't wait to get back to a regular microphone because it's a lot easier than the crap, like the lights I have surrounding myself right now. Okay? So it's going to get easier sometime soon.
Nancy Magistad, folks! Nancy! Welcome back to the Monday. I like your lap board. I do like your lap board. It's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, here.
$100 a yard, easily. These are square foot. I don't know how a lap board is sold, but I'm not sure. I got a couple comments. We got a yay Nancy. We got some 3 heads with bloody eyes. Not sure. David Mutter says big same. I think he was talking about when Kruger talked about he likes Oreos. And then and with the on fire potatoes, still don't know what they are. But one more time for Nancy Magistad, folks. Yeah. Woo.
Potato.
Thank you. One thing that we do, we just shared a GoFundMe on our Facebook page for our friend Ronnie. who helps booking with the show and is a co-producer of the Monday. Sure, one of her friends passed away recently, just a couple days ago. And if you know the whole history of the early part of December in this town, it's like we're fucking cursed. And like, I swear to God, somebody opened a mummy crypt and walked away with it and tried to sell shit on eBay. And as a result, all of us are suffering in early part of December. So December it's an iffy fucking month anyway. But yeah, this anyway, all the tips collected tonight. If you have the means, going to Venmo / Monday Night Comedy Show, all of those are going to go to a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses for one of our dear friend Ronnie's roommates. So if you do have the means, please, and if you are having a good time, please consider donating, or just follow the link on our Facebook page for the GoFundMe thing. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say about it. But are you guys ready for your next performer? What? Oh, you are? Yes? Two of you? Three of you? Excellent. Yes, all I want is a woot. Excellent. Folks, it's time again for our friend Toby Shamu to be here at the Monday Night Comedy Show.
What's up, everybody? Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yep.
we're good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I had to put my headphones in because of the feedback. How's it going, everybody? It's good to see everyone. I work at Nordstrom, and it's been very, very stressful. It's kind of why I look like shit. Basically, all you need to know about Nordstrom is we get paid on commission, and if you ever want to spend $7,000 on a jacket, I could help you out. I think quarantine has been making people crazy because they're in their houses too much, and I realized this because like the mall is open and you can come to the mall, which is like one of the few places you can go, especially with the recent restrictions. And so people just like, once they know you're kind of cool, just start saying crazy shit to me out of nowhere. Like I was helping this lady the other day. Christmas is a good time because, we get paid on commission. So whenever I see a nice lady with a designer bag, she's spending a lot of money on her kids. So I'm talking to this lady, and she's really worried about the materials in the sweater that she's trying to buy. And at one point she goes, I see why cotton is so expensive compared to other materials. There's just not cotton pickers anymore. And I had to take that, swallow it, not laugh in her face at all. I can't do that. But I do enjoy myself because I went, oh, do you mean slaves? Yeah. we don't have those anymore. It's a more natural material, so it takes time to harvest. And then we got to laugh together. This is great. And people were like, I was telling some of my coworkers about this, and they were like, why wouldn't you just walk away and like tell her that that's inappropriate? And I'm like, are you stupid? Like, this is going to be entertainment for me for the next like 5 years. So I'm not worried about her traumatizing me. It's much better entertainment. My favorite type of customer at work is the rich guy that just like has way too much money and like enjoys it. I was helping this guy the other day, and like you could tell that like they have too much money just because like they do stupid shit like buy platinum white veneers in their mouth, and like they get up with fake teeth that are way too big for their face. So they when they try to laugh, it's a dumbass laugh. It's like and I'm helping one of these guys, and we're getting jeans, and he tries them on. They fit perfectly. We're doing alterations, so I had to get his information, and I was like, oh, what's your name, sir? And he's like, oh, it's Tim. And he was like, yeah, I know it's hard to hear through these masks. And I was like, yeah, it is like that sometimes. And I was like, Tim, what's your last name? And I was like, he said Lynch, as in mob. And there's a little Asian man that's doing his alterations on his hem, and he stops and looks up at me, and I gotta look back at him. And it's just the greatest inside moment because like it's two foreigners helping a white guy just like laughing at just the stupidest situation, and he doesn't see anything. He just keeps going. I realized though, like this guy was definitely weird as fuck because he bought two of the same jeans. Like who does that? That's definitely like a psychopathic type of thing you would do. Like I'm gonna see the news one day, and he's gonna end up killing his wife for sure. I can definitely see it. Work's definitely stressful, but it's actually, it didn't give me a tumor. I'm just a stressed person in general, but I have a tumor in one of my lymph nodes, basically. And your lymph nodes are like, you have one in your armpit, one in your neck, and then another one next to your fun parts. I'd show you, but we get cut off here. And the tumor I have is next to my fun parts, and like it's probably like a little golf-sized tumor, and it's just like been there. And the thing I don't like about it is like I had to go get it tested, and the guy looks at it and he's like, "Oh yeah, we normally see that in much older people, but yeah, we'll test it." And we tested it for cancer, and it came out negative. And it turns out the test costs $2,600, even if you have insurance. So honestly, I just wish I would have, like, I'm just stuck, because like you can't do a GoFundMe for not having cancer. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna have sympathy for the guy that's like, hey, I don't have cancer, but I still need $2,600 to pay for this. Like no one's that video is not getting likes. Like it's just not happening. So I'm just kind of stressed. So I'm just gonna take the $2,600 I do have and buy a pound of weed instead, and just try to smoke away my cancer. That's the plan. Yeah, that's actually all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for the time. I appreciate it. Toby.
Folks, it's Toby Shamu! Keep it going for Toby! Toby. Wait, I'm gonna make him. Toby.
Oh, yeah.
Toby. Toby, I am glad that I mean, would you say it's benign, or it's just not?
Yeah, it's definitely benign.
Okay, well, that's good news. It's complete and total bullshit that even with insurance it's that much. I'm so sorry about that.
That's life. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's benign. So, but thank you one more time, Toby Shamu. Yeah, everybody. Woo! Woo! And she must have heard that you were performing, Toby, because Rebecca Wilson is here with us. Yeah.
Calling from the bathroom. Of course.
Are you in the bathroom?
Closets, baby.
Closet. Okay, closet.
We call them sound studios, and
okay.
Yeah, that's us all as professional on
Just far enough from away. Yeah, from the other computer. That's good.
Yeah, Nick Piontek. Did Nick Piontek for some reason is not joining us in the virtual studio yet, but he is commenting. He says, "Miss you, Toby." So that was nice. Nick, you can join us in the studio. You are performing later. Just saying. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway, nothing matters. Time is meaningless, right, folks? All right. Fuck December.
Typically.
Here we go. Yes. Anyhow, let's say hi to our friends in the Nanotako Studio, Kat and Mercy Victor. Let's say hi to you guys. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, V. Oh, look at that.
Hey, V.
Oh, wow. That was, I don't know who that mean old man is next to you.
You guys need some hand sanitizer?
Yes.
What flavor is the Monday Night Comedy Show?
Blueberry.
I don't know.
Did you say loser? I would like it to be. Oh no, it's like some sort of a beef, a very expensive aged beef.
Aged beef.
Definitely
aged beef.
Yes, we should get. I'm gonna start putting those stickers on everything, because we haven't been able to like actually hand things out to people because we haven't seen people. But I'm gonna start I'm gonna put it on my chapstick. I'm gonna put it on pens. Here we go. I'm gonna put it on my own mug so I know. I'm gonna put it on my work computer too. Anyway.
Oh, we got lotion too.
Oh, nothing says I need some lotion like the Monday Night Comedy Show, and it even smells like the Monday. Very good. Oh, good. You can find that in the higher end boutique stores for your Christmas gift needs.
Contact
Stuff your
Nanotako
stockings.
Studios.
Stuff your stockings and other things with Monday Night Comedy Show merchandise. Anything can be a Monday Night Comedy Show merchandise with the stickers that we'll give you. Just request it in the comments. Just say, send me a sticker, and then post your address publicly, and we will send them to you. It works, you know. Speaking of things that work, your next comic I'm really excited for. He's been waiting patiently, as he usually does, for me to stop talking. And oh wait, is he off? Did we boot him from the? He just quit. Where's Andrew? Rebecca? Is it Andrew?
He ran away.
Andrew! Andrew! Come do the fucking comedy show!
Hey, babe, you're on.
Andrew! Andrew! Get your ass on the internet!
Rebecca, get out of the closet and go get them.
This
God
is
damn
good.
it! Oh, now Rebecca.
Closet comedy. I like that. I like that a lot.
Andrew! Stop fucking around!
The closet.
Get
here we
on
go.
the
Big
phone.
internet. Okay, this is what happens when you book two performers that share the same internet.
I love it.
Ugh, he's
You know,
I
you
love
guys
it.
can
I
he
love
come in?
it.
Can he come in your closet?
coming.
Okay.
Your stress face.
There you
I love it.
Yes, Andrew Wegleitner, folks, everybody! Yay!
That's awesome.
So, my dad, whenever he would lose one of his CDs, he always used to accuse his children of stealing them. It's like, Dad, nobody wants your Righteous Brothers CD. Like, it's like if you would have said who drank half of my bottle of Captain Morgan last night, said any one of them. But I guarantee nobody listens to Gary Puckett and the Union Gang. I went to South Dakota recently, and I was looking at, like, not so much stuff to do, because, like, I don't really think there is anything to do in South Dakota, but what I want to know is, like, what to avoid. So I found a YouTube video full of things to do not do in South Dakota. And number one was, do not forget to visit the Corn Palace. That's all I have for that one so far. I saw a toothpaste commercial where the lady was on a Zoom call and her smile was so white that everybody else shut off their camera because they didn't want to compete with her. Like, how fucking vain and narcissistic goal is to fucking alienate your friends and family. Like, I won't be happy until I'm completely disconnected from everyone because of how fun part. So my partner and I were in a hotel and we were working out, and there was a scale, and I was like, "Oh, there's a scale. I could go weigh myself. Huh. I haven't weighed myself in a while." And my partner's like, "You're such a guy. That's like such a guy thing to be like, oh, I'm just curious how much I weigh. Like, it's not even a big deal, you know." And I walked over there and I weighed myself, and I was like, 183. That can't be right. And she's like, "Now you sound like a woman." Yeah. Yeah, that's her joke. I just took the funny thing that she said. I'm up first in the show. So
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
So, she's hosting trivia, and she had to make a green screen, and she went and bought one of those like presentation boards, you know, like you did for your middle school science project, and she taped it with green duct tape, but it didn't work for the green screen. Duct tape was too shiny. So then she went and bought some neon green paint to paint over the duct tape with, but that didn't work either because that was too shiny. So she ripped off all of the duct tape and then just started painting on the cardboard, but then she ran out of paint. So I drove to Michael's as fast as I could, and like, how many bottles do you want? She goes, get 2 bottles. And so I book it into the Michael's. I find somebody. I get some neon green paint. I book it up at the register. Fortunately, there's no line. I get in my car and I look, and I accidentally had grabbed, somebody fucked with the shelves, and I accidentally grabbed 1 neon green and 1 light green. So I had to run back and exchange the light green to get another neon green. But the guy made me get back in line, and now there's a long line. And so wait in line, and then I get to the register, and then I'm like, I need neon green, not light green, and then I exchange it, and then I'm like, in a big hurry, so please, as fast as you can do this, I really need to go, because it was like almost time for trivia. And then I run out to my car, and I grab the light green paint again. I grabbed the wrong bottle 2 times in a row. So I run back, then I get the right kind. So finally, I have the right kind. I'm like just driving like a madman to get home, and I get home, and then finally, like, she paints the whole thing, and then she goes and she looks at her email, and she's like, "Oh, it says here it doesn't have to be green." Myself. Very good laugh.
I love this class.
Fucked up to be doing comedy 3 feet away from where I sometimes have sex.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Good
she's
job.
on the bed that she won't fuck me on tonight.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Here it is.
That's what I meant. So my charger barely works. There's only one place in the entire, as far as I know, in the entire universe, the ottoman in my living room, it's just the right kind of soft material, and I can get it if I just kind of creep it along slowly and like push it in real hard. I can get it at just the right angle if I tweak it just right, where my phone will actually charge. So I think they should sell those at Verizon. I don't know. Well, at least I know you're not like fake courtesy laughing at the joke. I was in school. My 6th grade teacher, whenever we were like too much chit chat in the classroom, he'd be like, "Be quiet! It's enough talking. I don't care who went out with who last Friday night." And I was always like, "Yeah, I would hope not." Like, I would be a little bit nervous if you had an active interest in the social lives of 6th graders. Like, oh my God, Susie and Johnny went out last Friday night? Oh my God, did she not do anything, did she? Oh, what a whore. All right, this is losing momentum, so I'm just going to kind of quit while I'm not ahead, but I'm just going to quit. Thanks, guys. Oh, and check out our virtual reality comedy show on me and Rebecca's social media next week.
Andrew Weglander!
Hey.
Andrew! Poor Andrew's not going to have sex for months. That's great. Andrew, thank you so much for being here. I love it. No, I know you're not in the bathroom, but it just so looks like you're in the bathroom.
I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, does your toilet have a toilet bowl behind? Because,
I'm sorry.
I'm shitting
It's the stupid lighting. It was the lighting, and it. Yeah, it's the lighting.
On 20.
Yeah, it looks like a bathroom.
The whole building looks like a bathroom.
I know, and I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to bring it up. You're still gorgeous no matter where you're sitting.
Absolutely.
You could literally be on a toilet the whole time, and I would have. You still look like a model. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Shut up.
That's an ad campaign somewhere. Just some Gucci model sitting on a toilet and just holding a bag, and that's it.
Right. You're like a hamburger.
Everybody clap for your next comic, Rebecca Wilson. Yay! 5 new minutes. Comic in residence.
Yeah, 5 new minutes. Yeah. No, I'm right by the closets. I'm not in the bathroom. I'm so close to Wags' underwear. I really hated him. I just pull them out right now. Underwear. I'm not telling you what style. Just use your imagination. All right. But he's 37, so think supportive. But let's see. Balls, babe. All right. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Well, so Andy said something that I said to him and made a joke out of it. As you're kind of falling to sleep with your partner, you just kind of have weird conversations. And I remember one time it was kind of hot in the bed. So I was just kind of like singing, Nelly's like, "It's getting hot in here." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that song." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to take off my clothes if that's what you thought I was going with this. It's a song I used to dance to my friends with when we were 11 years old. We used to dance in my basement." And Andy was like, "Did you guys take off all your clothes?" And I'm like, "No, we took off some, you pervert. 11 years old. Are you thinking about 11-year-old me taking off my clothes?" And he's like, "Well, you're just beautiful. Your soul is any age. You're beautiful. Anyway, good night." And just turns over. I call those our bedtime closers. Just like you just end on a weird note. Turn and duck. I don't know. Well, this weekend it is the Minnesota-Wisconsin college football game. Woo, yeah, rah. Which I guess is pretty exciting. I don't know. I went to the University of Minnesota, and Wags went to Wisconsin. But I don't know. Like, Goldie is such like a soft boy. Like, he's super nice, just cheerful gopher. Like, it doesn't inspire a lot of intimidation. Now, Bucky, you look into those dead black eyes. That guy wakes up every morning and chooses violence. Like, Bucky is out for blood. He will stab your father and run away with your mother. I don't know. Like, Wisconsin colors are red, color, blood, and white, just like corpse. I don't know. It's very intimidating. I'm excited to watch the game, but I've been watching like NFL a lot recently, and these sport commentators are out of control, you guys. They show this like close up of the defensive line and like the still and just go, "Oh, look at that defensive line weighing in at a combined weight of 3,510 pounds. Look at all that beef." I quote. Like, you can't talk about people that way. Like, could you imagine that happening in women's sports? Absolutely not. Just like, "Oh, yes, the U.S. women's hockey team. Oh, look at them. Look at all those Huskers. Yeah. Look at them go. I bet they eat everything off their plate." Like, you can't do that. Not to gender things, but like, don't do that. Let's see. So, I don't know. Kids can be mean, but girls can be kind of mean. I don't know. Like in high school, I was told I was too pale to be alive. That was one. My hair is so thin, I make Bruce Willis like Fabio. And I have such a pretty face. Why do none of the guys in my grade want to date me? Yeah. Oh. My mom is mean, you guys.
Yeah.
I miss that, Joey. My heart smile. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But like any bully, I don't know, my mom's super sensitive. Like, she can't stand to watch any kind of shows or movies that show people in peril. you know, or just like suffering. It's just really hard on her little heart. So I think there should be parental controls, but like for parents. So Kathy would only be allowed to watch Good Morning America. And that's it. I don't know. I don't want to come home and visit one day and see her balled up on the couch, and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? And she's like, I watched My Girl.
Oh, no.
And I followed it up with Titanic. Everyone died. Like, it's not good. I don't know, but yeah, watching a lot of TV. Wags mentioned some commercials. I hate the ads that are targeted at like the insecure middle-aged mom, you know, that comes with food, like those like Yoplait yogurt ads where it's like, take a break from your life with key lime flavored yogurt. Like if that's all I have to look forward to when I'm that old is neon green flavored yogurt, just. I don't know. And there's these ads for like desserts, right? Like, ooh, the single serve. It's like, ooh, indulge in this single serve brownie bowl. Only 100 calories. Like, okay, really, 100 calories? That's a big thing. You're not allowed to have one more calorie than that. Like, imagine some shaky hand food scientist at General Mills in a basement lab just going like, easy. Damn it, it's 101. Back to grad school, Dr. Phil. I don't know. Phil, I just said Phil. That was off the cuff. I don't know. I think I'm watching a lot of like heist movies and stuff. I think it needs to be modernized because we have the technology where it doesn't have to be this whole gang of criminals going to rob a bank. It's just one person going in and then Venmoing the rest of the crew. Like, nice and simple. I don't know. I remember like Happy Meals, you know, from back in the day when life was slightly more bearable, and they always had like a film kind of tied with the toy that you got inside, whether it was like, Toy Story or Shrek or something. I think they really missed the mark when 7 came out because they could have had a big box with Gwyneth Paltrow's head in it. I think that would have been a good one. Okay, so Andy and I were in Platteville, Wisconsin for these past couple of days. That wasn't a COVID cough from Wisconsin. That was just a clear my throat clarification. But we walk into this restaurant where we're doing the show. There are bikers everywhere. But what made me more concerned was there were no bikes in the parking lot. There were no bikes. Like, what did they do? Did they all carpool there? Like, get in the sedan? They're like, Cutthroat Bill, get in. Like, what? I don't know. And I walked to the bathroom at one point, and I had to pass the bar where they were all getting rowdy, you know, sans mask. And I saw like a quarter on the ground, and I was like, oh, that's cool. If it's still there, I'll pick it up. And then I came back. I realized they were playing quarters. I am so glad I did not pick up that quarter. Could you imagine stealing a quarter from a biker gang and their biker girlfriends? I would have gotten so beat up. I mean, it's not like they use those quarters for laundry or anything. So, I mean, I don't think they would have missed it, but who's to say? I don't know. People are super into true crime, like those shows. Like, it's a bunch of just like wives just whispering to their husband, like, I could do that to you. And like, it's a little creepy. I don't know. I like fake crime, to be honest, like Scooby-Doo. Yep. Love me some Scooby-Doo. The gang just solving mysteries, sometimes with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Because no one solves crime better than people who always win against the generals. But my big one, though, is Nancy Drew. I love me some Nancy Drew. Young girl with a hunch. That's it. She solves everything. I don't know. I think it's a good thing to pass on to the young girls of the world. You know, teach them how to solve crime. Maybe even the Girl Scouts. Like, you know, I got this badge for sewing, this badge for forestry skills, and this one for apprehending the Zodiac Killer. Is the Girl Scouts should be the cops, is what I'm getting at. But oh, come on, it'll be way more pleasant. And you get cookies. No cuffs, just cookies. All right, that's good for me. I'm Rebecca. Have a good night.
All right, everybody, Comic in Residence, 5 brand new minutes just for you guys. That was Rebecca Wilson. Rebecca! Oh, yes.
Gosh, she's so
And,
adorable.
once again, that was Rebecca Wilson. She is one of our Comic in Residence. That means 5 brand new minutes of material each week just for you guys. Never ever performed in front of an audience ever before, because it's a global pandemic and she's clearly in her bathroom. Just kidding. All right, gang. Next up, we're going to show a video. We are so lucky to have Tiffany Norton allowing us to show episodes of The Bitter Baker. This is episode 16, Banana Split with My Ex Ice Cream Cake. Once again, The Bitter Baker. Please enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Bitter Baker. Today, we are celebrating personal independence for Independence Day. And the thing that I'm personally celebrating is my 22-year independence from my baby daddy. 22 years, that sounds like a long time. Not long enough. So in his honor, we're going to be preparing Baby Daddy Banana Split ice cream bars. Part of the reason why there's not a lot of love lost between my ex and I is because after our child was born, he was always trying to dodge his child support requirements. He would always take cash jobs. He'd be a cook, and then he'd be a tattoo artist, and then he'd be a drug dealer. Or is weed a drug? Our first step in our recipe is we have to make our crust. For this, we're gonna use vanilla wafers. We're gonna grind these up in our food processor. We're gonna melt a little bit of butter, add a little sugar, mix it together, and use that as our crust. We're going to combine that evenly, and we're gonna press that down with our hands into our pan. We're then going to slice up 3 to 4 large bananas, depending on how large they are, and add that to our crust. We're then going to put that in the freezer for 20 minutes just to firm up. So here's the update. In 2020, my ex is currently married and living in Iowa, which is almost punishment enough for what he did to me. Some people ask themselves and question whether they were right in leaving a relationship. Fortunately, I am not that person. I question, why didn't I leave sooner? I should have left as soon as I realized he just like the president lies. Not well. Once you've taken the tray out of the freezer after 20 minutes, you're gonna top it with your Neapolitan ice cream in no particular order. We don't care, white, chocolate, strawberry, spread it all over. Then we're gonna top it with our Cool Whip, chocolate sauce, maraschino cherries, red and blue sprinkles. We're gonna put that in the refrigerator to chill for 4 hours, and then it's ready to serve. And that's our recipe. I really hope you enjoy it. And please do not forget to tune in next time to The Bitter Baker. We're gonna be preparing cancel culture custard. Yeah, it's gonna be a real cliffhanger. Ooh, who's gonna get canceled? I hope it's not The Bitter Baker. Oh wait, they can't cancel me. I pay for all the stuff myself.
Give it up for The Bitter Baker, Tiffany Norton. That was episode 16. Oh my God. So good. Please go to, if you're watching us on YouTube, why not just take a moment, take a little breather, and subscribe to the Bitter Bakers YouTube channel. I know we are, so you can follow the stuff that we like, and be sure to like her on Facebook as well, and you'll be apprised of every new filming that gets broadcast during this here global pandemic. We have another episode next week, so if you love it, just watch our show. All right, let's see. I can't get over how Rebecca Wilson thinks that all bikers are named Cutthroat Bill, and I think it's insensitive. I don't think they're all called that, but I would like to know your biker names. if if they are similar to Cutthroat Bill. In the comments, let us know what your biker name would be, and the winner gets our respect. All right. Speaking of respect, here is someone that I like very much and respect a lot, and always is lovely when she's able to join us at the show. Put your hands, everybody, together for Kathleen O'Brien! Yay! Yay! Hey.
Hi. Hey guys. So I'm happy to be here. Let's I was one and I cut the change and they served osmosis water. And I'd be like, yeah, Pilates. And the ice is from Narnia. All right. I'll consider that data. Okay. I told someone I was bisexual once, and they called that cliche. And I took offense to that because someone smarter than me once told me that jealousy is a form of repressed attraction, and the reason some women are jealous of each other is because they're holding something back. And I believed that, and I sincerely became an empowered woman the day I looked a woman in the eye and said, "Thank you for giving my boyfriend such an erection." Then that same day, I ran into his arms and started to cry because women can be so strong like French cheese, and I am lactose intolerant. I had an ex text me that his dick was enough. And I was like, there are so few occurrences where you can really think to yourself, thank you for allowing me into your heart. And that was one of them. Oh man. I think it's funny that the story of the birth of Jesus could only keep our attention for so long. And so we had to make up an additional story about a guy making us presents. It's like Immaculate Conception, Virgin Mother, Savior of my mind. Yeah. Next box from on some socks. Score. I think believing in Santa encourages girls to become strippers because we're telling them, hey, sit on this stranger's lap as he promises you gifts. That's right. Let him repeatedly call you a hoe. Have you ever had sex? I'll slow down. Sorry. Have you ever had sex just to be polite? I wonder where that fits into the Me Too movement. I want to say Me Too, but it comes out like, also me, I don't want to be bothered about it though. Forget I said anything. Sorry. I'm bipolar and I don't normally exercise. I don't exercise regularly, but I did run the Y2K marathon. That's why you run like the wind because you think the world is going to end. My dad told me after I was really manic, he said, Kathleen, it's not the end of the world. And I was like, I know, that's the problem. I made posters. There's a party in the future, right? I hope so. Okay. I'm pansexual, as in Peter Pan. Like I only date men, or I only have sex with men who refuse to grow up. Okay. Let's see here. I told my roommate, also known as my mom, that I had a boyfriend, and she was like, "Oh, so that guy you've been seeing is a real boy?" And I was like, "Yeah, like Pinocchio, and that he grows wood." And he's a little bug that follows him everywhere he goes. Jiminy herpes. Oh, man. Oh, my God. It's tough when people, like, know that you thought you were Jesus, because then people start treating you like you're going to do Jesus stuff all the time. Like, I can't even help a person out or, like, forgive somebody or let a filthy whore wash my feet. It's like, cut me some slack. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Sometimes I really realize my own mortality, and I experience on a deep level that life doesn't last forever. Like when I'm being choked. It's not that bad. It's less painful than watch Tent, but you still come out singing No Day But Today. Thank you. Okay. What? Someone asked me what. If someone asked me WWJD, I suppose I'd mean what would I do if I was a human shish that created in rock? Well, fuck, I guess lay low. Right. Oh man. Sometimes people ask me if I'm the Messiah, and I say it depends, and they say on what? And I say if the blood of Jesus is truly wine, because if that's the case, I am definitely the Messiah. I have more. Okay. Lady Gaga tweeted, "I'm married to my loneliness." Lady Gaga has 18 million followers on Twitter. That's offensive to people who are actually lonely. Like people who keep up on what Lady Gaga has to say on Twitter. Now, if you'll excuse me and some rhinestones have a date with a Born This Way t-shirt. Let's see. Okay, I'll leave you with this one. Hopefully it helps. I was babysitting my cousin. She's 7. And while I was tucking her in, she paused Peter Pan right at the good part where the pirates jump ship and asked me, "Kathleen, why do they have to wear pants?" And I said, "Because." But I thought about it and I should have said, well, because when you grow up, your booty will be sought after by pirates with peg legs. And you got to be careful with pirates because a pirate might compliment you and try to call you a mermaid. But what they'll mean is a mermaid with legs that's spread for alcohol. So you've got to keep your pants on, unless you're around boys that wear tights, like Peter Pan, Boy George, or Lady Gaga. Then you're in the clear. Okay, that's it.
Kathleen O'Brien! Kathleen O'Brien! Everyone, that's Kathleen O'Brien! Outstanding. Excellent. We had a little bit of like weird delay in the beginning. Just so you know, Kathleen, I don't know if you're like me and you rewatch this broadcast the very next day, and then on Wednesday because you're just lonely, and then on again on Thursday just to pretend you're you're amongst friends.
I won't be doing that. I'll never look at this again.
Never. Oh, okay. I like your notes.
No,
were
I
like
didn't mean that.
That was so funny. Like it looks like you're just reviewing documents for like a mortgage acceptance. Like okay, but you're just telling funny jokes. You're just like, okay, where's that file? There it is. Okay, funny joke. By the way, also, fuck you. I'm Kathleen O'Brien. Right? So good. Anyhow, thank you one more time, Kathleen O'Brien. All right. Now, our next performer. Actually, we're going to bring Patrick on screen. Hi, Patrick. How are you? Hi.
Hi.
No, our next performer is another comic in residence. Where he's doing 5 brand new minutes of material, and I don't remember how many weeks this is because. Again, time means nothing. So everyone, 5 new minutes from Nick Piantek.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
Hit the button.
Crazy man.
Here it is.
What? You're muted.
I have been waiting 20 minutes for you to acknowledge me. Can you acknowledge me?
Hey, Nick.
And then you were like, why did he not join the group? Do you see my nephew? Look at me and the dogs and the nephew are here. Yes? Yes, hello, you can hear us. Excellent. I'm in the process of moving, and we are having a lot of family time. And I never realized how old I've become until I watched Home Alone 2, and I went on a 25-minute rant about how weird it is that Kevin McAllister went to the World Trade Center in New York. Above all the other places you could go to New York. If you went to New York, why in the motherfucking fuck Would you ever sit, if you were a 10-year-old kid with your dad's rich credit card, why would you go, I'm going to the World Trade Centers? And so what I would like to do is have a Nick Piontek's moment of conspiracy theory, and sponsored by Joey Vincent, wherever he is. And these are all the movies that have been featured in the World Trade Center. For why, I have no idea. But if you go to Wikipedia, I'm going to throw some of these, which is true fact, by the way. But just for some weird reason, right off the top, American Pie 2. Those kids were fucking pies in Michigan. Why was the World Trade Centers in American Pie 2? I have no idea. American Psycho, Armageddon. That movie is about them destroying a meteorite, and for some reason the World Trade Centers were in that, right? I have no idea why. Babe, Pig in the City. Babe, a pig, went to the World Trade Centers. And you're telling me this is not a conspiracy? And I'd like to remind you, a third building got destroyed when they hit it. You know, my family has
What'd you say, Nick? Hey, yeah, the sound got weird.
Can you hear me? Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, the first joke didn't go off all that well. I'll work on it. My family asked me what the worst thing I ever did was, and I might have already told this, and I'm sorry I don't remember, but I accidentally almost smoked a blunt with my 10-year-old nephew, and normally the adults go to the back part of my property, and he snuck out there, and I went to pass the blunt to him not once but twice. One time I handed it to him, and he looked at me like, why are you doing this? And the second time I looked at him, and I was kind of mad. He was acting like such a little bitch. I was like, dude, your dad just died. Like, you need to man up now. I mean, you're 30 going on 10. And I felt really bad about it afterwards. I've done way worse stuff, but that kid is going to remember that. And when he's like 40, he's going to like look at me and be like, do you remember when you tried to pass me a blunt? And I could be like a millionaire who leaves him $20 million, and I will always be a piece of shit because of that one weird moment. And rightfully so. So I'm going to talk about something kind of serious right now, and that's I'm thinking about quitting stand-up comedy, which I shared after the last couple of brand new jokes. But what I want to do is, and I'm never going to mention this again, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, but in my 2020 craziness of being confined, I have this weird dream of starting a cover band of Guns N' Roses, where I am Fat Axl Rose. And what I do is I get like the best band, like they're like a really, really good band. But I show up late and I do a bunch of drugs, and then we do like 3 songs. Every song is about candy. So like, I show up 2 hours late to the show with the right and the left Twix, and we do Civil War, and I'm like doing like I don't want to, I'm like, and I'm doing it with the right and the left Twix, and I'm smashing them in my face, and it's just being this Andy Kaufman moment. There's so many. Mr. Brownstone could be Mr. Goodbar. Think about it. And then when I get diabetes and finally die from me committing to this joke, as much as I want to commit to it, it's just it's knocking on every door, and then that's when I do that. And I have been unemployed for like 8 months. So when I'm cooped up at home, this is literally what I go to sleep in my bed back there, and I smile and I laugh and I go, that would be so funny. Just be fat afterwards in like a medium black leather pants, and my bandmates hate me, but I give them the money just to deal with me. And
go on board with
You
this.
guys might not understand, but I'm never going to talk about this again. Like, I'm totally going to commit to this character whenever I can actually do this in real life when Corona ends. And this might be like a historic, like, look, he admitted that he is Fat Axel. And I thought it would be funny to call it Appetite for Destruction. But I figure that some Guns N' Roses cover band probably has the copyrights to that, so whatever. I'm currently in the process of moving houses, so I'm in my North Minneapolis house still to this day because the closing went wrong. But now that most of the stuff in my house is gone, it makes me really realize how gross I have gotten in this house. And how there's a real good chance I'm going to hell because of the house that I'm living in. I'd like to give you a really good case in point. I was once recruited to jump into a frozen lake for the Special Olympics. And me and my friends took that opportunity to drink vodka and Gatorade, which is called Riot Punch if you watch. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And we made 9 gallons of that and for 23 hours before we jumped into a lake. And that whole story ended with us getting pulled over by the police with like 9 people in the Cadillac, including 2 children. And everyone could have gotten DUI in the room. This house was an absolute hell. I also worked with sex world and repairing everything in the house. And there are 3 different holes in this house that I have used for a sex swing that my employer gave me. House that has sex swing for the swing. Could you imagine me explaining that to a prospective guy? Like, would you like to buy my house? What is that hole? That was more than 400 pounds of hardcore spring. And the weird thing about anybody watching this is if you ever get a sex swing, you always have to get new sex swings because as smooth as you might be as a human being or a man, good luck convincing a woman to be secondhand in the sex swing. That is never ever happening. You are taking that shit out of the packaging and selling that, but no girl is going, I want to be the sex swing other girls have been. That just kills the moment and makes them really make sure that condom is secure. That's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry it got a little R-rated at the end, but this might be one of the last moments you see me in my North Minneapolis house. I love you guys. Seeing all of you. Kathleen was hilarious. And, I'm sorry. But I'm moving. I love you guys. And one day Corona will end. And we will all get together and do this in real stage. And rest in peace, Bill Young. I posted a wonderful picture of us 6 years ago. Or I posted it, I think, for his when he died. But I miss you guys and the amount of people I've gotten to meet doing your show and what it's done for me. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. Make sure you don't go crazy with all this. And
love you, Nick.
Love you, Nick. Nick Piontek, everyone. Comic in residence. That was 5 new just for you. All right. Good luck on the move. Thank you for not asking me to help you move, Nick. I hate helping people move, and I owe a lot of people.
Can I say something about that? I've moved 4 times since I was kicked out of my house at 17. So I have this rule where I don't help anybody move because nobody's helped me move in the 4 times. So I literally had a truck, and I would make all the lies, all of the nights to not help you move. I love you, but none of you will I help you ever move. I don't give a fuck because I don't ask you to move. I will move myself, and don't ever help me. I have a fleet of trucks, and don't any of you ask me for one of them because I won't give it to you.
Nick Piontek. Oh, Nick, you thank you for being a part of this show. We love you, and so do our audience. We got David Mutter. I'll heart you, Nick. Hope the move goes well, and we do hope your move goes well.
I'm throwing away everything. That's the nice thing.
Good.
Everything's getting thrown away. If the first one to get my bedroom set, I got a nice bedroom set. I'll just give it away.
If everybody wants to take a look at that headboard, it's very nice.
Yep, the mattresses
the bedding
are getting thrown away. You don't want the mattresses. I'm throwing those away, but the rest of it, if someone comes and gets it, is nice.
Now, is that a queen or a king?
It's a queen.
Okay. All right.
That's how I'm going. Everything's getting thrown away or given away. Poof.
It's nice. Now, are there your wheels on the bed frame, or is it just like little feet?
It's wheels.
Wheels. Ooh.
Yep. I might be missing one, but I'll locate it once everything's gone. It was shot somewhere, probably.
You got some compliments. Sherry likes the headboard. So
yeah, no, I'm saying I could sell this shit, but if you come get it, I don't have to help you move. I pop my shoulder.
I think it might be a hell of a commute for Sherry. She's I think she's on like the East Coast or something.
Here's the deal. You want
somewhere in Maryland.
And a nightstand, but I pop my shoulder. You have to come get it, and I am not lifting a fucking finger. And moving it out of my house. And that's the deal. And the first one to do that, more power to you. You come into my, and it's nice. I paid like $700 for it a year and a half ago. So, I mean, I just want it gone. I don't want to help you move. That's what the point of this is.
So everybody go get some free shit at Nick Piontek's house.
Yep. Why not?
Do it. Nick, post your address.
I got
Nothing bad can happen, man. Nothing bad.
I got some couches that are really that nice, but they probably have 3/4 of an ounce of weed in them, just in the cracks of it. You could get that and sell that and start your empire. And
Sherry's in Maryland. Will you ship the headboard? Is that?
If I don't have to move anything,
okay.
I just said I don't help people move.
Fine. All right. Very good. You know who probably would help somebody move is our next presenter, as it were. We got a video coming, and then we're gonna close out the night with Patrick Ryan Bauer. But we got Underdressed and Overserved from our friend John Wheeler. His YouTube channel is the Alchemical Cocktail Lounge, and tonight's episode is Mr. Fiance Pants powders his bottom. Enjoy.
What's going on?
We need a better word to describe the person that you're about to marry. Hello, everyone. May I introduce my fiancé? It's gross. I don't like saying that word. Every other part of the courting process has a better name for it. But I miss when we first started dating. She could say, my boyfriend will kick your ass. And that was a lie, but it sounded really convincing. And I'm excited for the day that I can finally say, listen, buddy, my wife will kick your ass. Yeah. But nobody's fiance is kicking anyone's ass. It doesn't sound scary. It sounds more like the young boy who would powder the bottoms of fancy gentlemen in the 1700s. You know the one. Rupert, my bottom is sticky. Send for the fiance. I need powder for my sticky bottom. Or maybe it's the name of a Cirque du Soleil clown that rides a unicycle naked. Oh, my fiance will kick your ass. He's going to get you. Ooh. Actually, that does sound pretty scary. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that one back. Why can't we call each other something a little less embarrassing during this time of engagement? I prefer to call you my warrior bride, and you shall refer to me as your big pimp daddy. I know fiance is gender neutral, but a man could be a warrior bride. There could be two warrior brides, or two big pimp daddies and a bottom bitch. Doesn't matter how you slice it, it looked great on a wedding invitation. But, oh, society has rules. I think it's meant to be awkward and humiliating, having to use that word for a solid year, to prepare you for a lifetime of awkward humiliation. As we all know how the old song goes. First comes love, then comes the marriage, then comes wiping poop out of a baby's vagina in a Walmart bathroom. Yes, I know that that's nasty, but it is a fact of life that when you have kids, you can't always afford to shop at Target anymore.
Boom! That, of course, was the Alchemical Cocktail Lounge Underdressed and Overserved episode Mr. Fiance Pants Powders His Bottom by John Wheeler. Go to the Alchemical Cocktail Lounge on YouTube and subscribe to their channel. And if you don't, well, then it's over between us, and we just can't do that anymore. I'm going to call John Wheeler Warrior Bride for the rest of his life, and I hope you do the same. In fact, I will introduce him as such the next time he is performing comedy on the show. Coming up next, closing out our 602nd Monday Night Comedy Show, another comic in residence, 5 brand new minutes just for you guys. Ooh, the comedy's touching your face during a pandemic. Don't do it. Put your hands together for the Monday Night Comedy Show. If we were married, he would be our warrior bride, Mr. Patrick Ryan Bauer.
Thank you. Andrew, I like your setup at home. You look like you're about to start yelling about how the SJWs are ruining Star Wars. I would too if I moved to a different room in the house. It lit that way.
Not all of us have trophy rooms.
I feel, if you thought I felt bad at the regular shows for how often I have to get up and smoke, I feel like absolute shit now that I'm on video doing it. I am so sorry. I have ants in my pants. It is torturous sitting still for even a minute. I haven't even watched the goddamn Mandalorian because it would mean I'd have to sit down for like an hour at a time. So I got to thinking about death because we've been. It's been on our minds lately, and of course, Ronnie's friend that fucking sucks, and I just lost my cousin to an overdose, and it's something I've been no stranger to is people around me dying, and I never have anything helpful to say. It's just like, well, I just had a shot at Jamie, so I don't see a problem. But it got me to thinking about the 5 stages of grief, the Kubler-Ross model, which has been modified to include now 2 extra stages. There's more stages of grief. This is great news. So I wanted to just kind of go over the stages of grief. Now, initially, these were made for people that were terminally ill, or people who had family loved ones that were, dying, because this is the sort of thing that happens when you know it's going to happen. But it's applicable as well to when it suddenly happens in a lot of ways. So here we go. Shocker, I'm talking about death. Here we go. Shock being actually the first stage. This is the initial paralysis upon hearing bad news. You're kind of momentarily frozen. It's kind of like when you're jacking it to a porn clip, and then like from out of nowhere, the chick that was sucking this guy's dick just gets up and starts shitting in his mouth. Right? Like you're just watching regular dick sucking porn. Next thing you know, she's taking a piping hot steamer right on his face, and you're trapped in this motion. While homeboy's mouth is getting filled with a huge nutty loaf. Speaking of shock, I was shocked at how well accidentally watching a shit fetish video actually fits the stages of grief. But I'm gonna try to have different examples for the other ones.
All right, thank you.
I also experience these stages every time I have to write 5 new minutes. The next stage is denial. It's pretty self-explanatory. Hearing about a loved one's passing is just too big, too painful to just immediately accept. You know what I mean? You're like, no. Wash is not going out like that. He is a fucking leaf on the wind. That's for like 5 people out there. I do feel like Minnesotans don't spend a lot of time in this stage because we're exposed to Vikings football and have come to regularly expect bad news. I actually remember when I woke up and saw that I had a missed call from my Uncle Mike, and I just went, "Oh, my dad's dead." That's what that means. I was right, too. I fucking called that shit.
Oh.
It's okay. It's my dad. He was very funny, therefore his death is funny. The next stage is anger. It's like, why the fuck would anyone fail to tag this video as being a goddamn fecal feast? I fucking tagged that shit, man.
Yeah, damn.
It's like sex, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, that. Hold on, I guess.
Oh God!
We'll meet here tomorrow. I'll return the favor. The next stage is bargaining. When you or someone that you love are terminally ill, you may attempt to do things like negotiate with God. You know what I mean? You like, I will stop filling those jiggly baby dolls with red Kool-Aid and leaving them in places where they'll get run over if you let me live for just a few more months. And of course, God's like, I'm pretty sure you're going to stop doing that anyway. Regardless, I don't negotiate. Okay, so when my sister had to get her brain surgery again, I ripped out a small chunk of my soul and fashioned it into a spear made of lightning, and I threw it up into the heavens. What I'm saying is I may have killed God, and that is why 2020 has sucked so fucking hard. I'm sorry, God.
Yeah.
Obviously, for this bit, we are assuming God is real.
Right.
All right, finally, depression. I know we were all looking forward to this one. This is the feeling that you get when you finally realize what the fuck is happening. Basically, when the harsh and awesome truths of the cosmos really start to take root in your brain, it's a giant fucking bummer. It's like when you heard Santa isn't real. When you finally understood that he isn't real. Or it's like when you finally understood that Coke and Pepsi are actually the same liquid put into different containers, and they only taste different because you're told they're supposed to taste different. And you see the label, and that triggers like a fucking thing in your brain. And that the only true competitor against them is Royal Crown Cola. But we've written them off because here in America, we don't think a third option has any chance. We've convinced ourselves of that. And no matter how superior that third chance is, it's not going to win. And of course, we're all going to die. These are examples. Now, when we realize that somebody's death is imminent or that it has suddenly happened, the weight of that can be crushing, which is why you gotta lift, bro. All right? It don't matter who died when you got a couple of sick fucking pythons that make everyone around you cream in their jeans, motherfucker. Fuck yes, bro. You think I used a fishing net to catch these fucking mussels? Shit, dog. No time to be sad when I'm lifting more poundage than a British pickpocket, motherfucker. Oh my god, man. I see you looking at me, dweeb. I'm trying fucking carve from granite. Now help me find my Oakleys. I can't move my neck. So, yeah, depression. This is this one is the one I have the least amount of experience with thinking about, and that is testing. I had actually not heard of that until I started researching the bit. But testing basically means seeking realistic solutions. You know what I mean? If you know that you're going to die soon, you know, you look into hospice. You know what I mean? That's like a realistic thing, you know. It's stillborn, pet cemetery. You just start looking for things that make sense. I guess I'm the only one that shat their pants when they thought about a stillborn being put into a pet cemetery. It comes back to life and tries to kill you. It's a book and a movie and a Ramones song. Yeah. Oof. That's the first joke I've ever told that didn't land. So,
wow.
If you excuse me, I have to go back to the first step here.
I'm still picking that baby.
And then finally, the very last step, the very last stage, I should say. I keep calling them steps. They're stages. Rewind. But the last stage is acceptance. I jacked off to scat porn. Well, before I get out of here, and I mean out of the show, not out of this mortal coil.
Oh, shit.
Before I'm done here, I just wanted to say that shit is rough. I mean, seriously, losing somebody that you care about, somebody that you love, is really fucking painful. And you better buckle up, because it's going to start happening more and more as we get older. Not just people you've known a long time, could be somebody you just met and they were cool right away, and then boom, something happens, they're fucking gone. And it is painful, but the reason that it's painful, at least in my experience, something that I realized is that they meant the world to you while they were here, that they were an awesome and beautiful presence in your life. And they're not suffering anymore. You know, you are, because you don't have them. But there's no one that's going to replace them either. But it's not about replacing. It's about making sure that you're putting out, you know, all the love and kindness that you need to get back. And that other people will come in. They don't fill that role. They just fill a role. So don't be afraid to tell the people that you love them. Don't be afraid to tell them the things that you don't want to have to say at their funeral because you never told them while they were still here. There's just too much fucking hatred and cruelty and cops in this world to not do the best that you can to be really good to the people around you. Because they might be gone tomorrow, and that's just the way the fucking world works. But it's okay, because there's going to be other people. And you're still here if you're watching this, theoretically. Yeah. No jokes there. I just wanted to say that life's gotten a lot better since I realized that I was putting a lot of bullshit out there. And I started putting out a lot better shit. And I started getting better shit in return. So I love you guys. I love doing shows with you. And, I hope when I'm gone, I get a candle.
Thank you, Patrick. That's Patrick Ryan Bauer. Patrick Ryan Bauer. Everybody.
Yay.
All right, what do you want, you fucker? What the hell?
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's at. What game are you playing at?
You asked me to write comedy, and I wrote some.
And you did.
Yeah, some.
You did.
Fucking
You're
laugh
out.
so
No.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well said, Patrick. You got
Yeah, I love you guys.
few fans.
You're great. You've all been really nice to me.
Well, you're worth it, man. Everybody is worth it. Everybody who performs here, everybody who watches, and that's it. That's like maybe 25, 30 people. So, no, in all seriousness, we love you too, Patrick. And
Are there other people watching this?
no, not at all. Not at all. Don't worry. Not at all. This is just a Zoom call between you and I.
Did you tell anyone what I said when I thought I was sick?
It was no. Why would
I had to cancel a few weeks ago because I felt like absolute shit. I thought I was sick. I wasn't, but I was like, I texted Andrew. I said, "Don't tell anybody that I'm scared. Tell them I think death is a doorway or some shit."
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm scared now.
I'm
like, oh fuck!
I think
it
was.
Chimney. If I've got COVID, it's over.
It was "Death is the greatest adventure" is what you wrote.
No.
Which when we all go, I hope that everybody that is your last words as you scream it, as you fall off the cliff. To your death, as the rocks below and the ocean spray pulls your lifeless body into the deep. Let the last thing your friends and family ever hear from you is, "Death is the greatest adventure."
I'm gonna have like a fucking Jack in the Box surgically implanted in me with like a timer.
Oh my god.
Just always say something like, "I'll always love you, Deborah," but make sure it's a name of no one that you actually know, and then no one's like, "Who the hell's Deborah? Did he have a secret wife in St. Louis? He had a second family." Anyway, well, Patrick Ryan Bauer for the win this week. Thank you for saying what we were all thinking, but you were brave enough to say. I want to thank Jason, J Money, the motherfucking Hawk, Kakar. I want to thank St. May. We love you. Thank you for being here. Ronnie, we know you're not watching. You have bigger fish to fry tonight, but our hearts are with you and all your family who are hurting because of your loss recently. We're so sorry. All of the tips tonight, if you have the means, are going to go to the GoFundMe for Ronnie's roommate, Rihanna, who passed away within the last few days. And this is to help with the funeral and expenses with that. So if you do have the means, the GoFundMe is in our chat. Feel free to follow that link and donate yourself. So thank you so much for watching tonight. I don't think anybody could say anything better than what Patrick did. So that's our show. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for 603, the Monday Night Comedy Show Christmas Extravaganza Jamboree specialness of Christ. I got nothing. It's just our holiday show, and it happens to be during a pandemic, so no one cares. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Mwah.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you. Woo.
Deborah.
Citizens of the planet, the Monday Night Comedy Show is the longest-running comedy showcase in the Twin Cities. Our choices have sometimes been questionable.
This goes out to all those people who didn't believe in me when I was just starting out. Now I'm going viral.
We were once called the weirdest show in town, and over the years, we lost some of that. We're happy to announce that bringing the weird back to the MNCS is an item on our to-do list. We ask that you take a chance and watch us each week at 8 p.m. Central. We're not only going to bring you a safe and fun way to see performers from all over the metro area, but all over the country and the world. We are the Monday Night Comedy Show. We've been doing this for over 13 years, so we almost sort of have an idea of how this works. Stay awesome, and see you Monday.
And that'll do it.